Yeah, my advice is continue to work hard and find that reason, find out why you're doing this, and let that be your motivation every morning to go after it.
Tevon, excited to have you on the Fit Team show. Learn a little bit more about yourself.
Happy to be here, for sure.
So your local Palm Beach Gardens. Great to recently meet you and
Yes.
learn a little bit more about what you're doing. We'll get into what you're doing now, a little bit about your foundation as well.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I'm a professional football player for Las Vegas Raiders. My passion is football, but off the field, that's what matters really to me. And coming back to my community, my hometown, and making an impact which is why I started a nonprofit organization and a mentor program to kind of assist those teens who want opportunity, who wants the opportunity to be able to get to the next level like I was blessed to be able to do. So just being able to come home and kind of create those resources and opportunities for the kids is kind of like my passion off the field.
So tell us about what it was like growing up in the Palm Beach Gardens, Florida area.
I mean, it was nice. I mean, I had both of my parents, and they continue to support me through all the sports I played, from playing basketball to baseball to football, and they were just kind of always there. And to have coaches at my Palm Beach Gardens High School where they supported me and pushed me to kind of get to that next level, knowing that I had the ability one day to kind of be on this platform. So I was truly thankful for the team and the support team I had to kind of push me and be there for me through the ups and downs.
So when did you first start playing football?
I was about 5 years old when I first started. My dad was able to get me into this little league where you can tackle. So I was about 5 years old, and I won my first championship that year at running back. And from there, I just continued to enjoy it. It was just that one time where I felt like I could just play and have fun with my friends, like not worry about anything. And just over time, it kind of grew, and I just began to really love it a lot.
So what about other sports? What other sports did you play besides football growing up? You mentioned basketball
Uh,
already, but as a kid, was it?
Yeah, so as a kid, I played basketball, baseball, football, a little bit of lacrosse. I was huge in the marching band, so that was one thing I haven't really been able to kind of express to a lot of people, that I really had a lot of love for playing the band and playing the trumpet. But kind of as football started to get more serious, I had to kind of figure out what I really wanted to do, and that's kind of where I started to focus more on running track and doing yoga and playing football, and knowing that that could be the way for me to be able to get a scholarship and go on and be a professional one day.
When did you know that you were that talented to possibly go on and do that?
Probably my sophomore year in high school is when I really started to figure out that I had opportunity. Before then, it was just kind of continue to play and love, and finish off high school, and things started to become really real for me my sophomore year. And coaches in my family started to tell me that I had to really start taking it serious, and my schoolwork and everything had to continue to be where it was. And that's when I kind of took myself to the next level and knew that this is what I wanted, and made sure that I put my head down and just kind of worked as hard as I could to give me the best opportunity to make it.
So after high school, what came next for you?
So yeah, I graduated from high school. I was about 17 years old, and had about 30 some offers at the time, and decided to commit to Notre Dame, where I graduated early and went there. I studied business management and philosophy. Played a great career there. Played all 4 years. Graduated, and then went off to play with the Raiders now. And now just having this platform as a professional is where my dream was to be able to give back and give help like I was given. So now that I'm at the level where I am now and the platform I have, it really motivates me through all the success and the trial and errors that I had to go through when I was young to kind of get to this point. It's all the motivation I need to be able to come back to my community, come here and train here all the off season. I've been working down with Palm Beach Lakes, running track with them. So just being with the kids and letting them know that they have someone down who really cares about them and wanting to create opportunity for them one day to have the dreams that they have as well. So
Awesome. I'd love to talk a little bit more Notre Dame football. I love the campus there. I was there this past year. It's amazing. What was it like the first time you went onto the Notre Dame campus?
I mean, I still think about it to this day when I was 17 and I walked up to the campus and they showed me the dome, and I was just walking around. It was really cold and the snow. My first time seeing snow, so it was a lot thrown at me at one time. But I truly do love that experience. From the day I walked on to the day I left, it was precious. Every day I woke up, I knew I was grateful and thankful to have the opportunity to be there. And just having a support team there, I think that was the biggest thing that helped me get through Notre Dame, was that I had the coaches, I had my academic advisors who really was there for me and supported me, and I worked really hard to make sure that I did my part. And so I think Notre Dame was really good for me, and not one day do I go by not being thankful for the opportunity because it's grown me and gave me opportunities that I don't think I would never had I went there.
Definitely a special place. What's some of your favorite memories from your first season there?
Walking through the tunnel, going through the walks where you get to clap the fans' hand, and I've never been around something like that where you love football as much, and they come out every Saturday and the same type of love and passion for the game, for the players, and that was something I never really experienced before. So to be able to hear 90,000 every Saturday that we walked out of the stadium, and to hear that fight song and the the fight song. Was just precious. I mean, every time I heard it, it sounded like I heard it for the first time and gave me chills before the kickoff and everything. So, I mean, I was just super excited for the whole experience. And if I had to tell someone of my kids to go there one day when I have some, that I would definitely want them to go to Notre Dame for sure.
That's great. So some of your other, best or favorite memories from Notre Dame, either on or off the field?
Yeah, I would say off the field, we did a lot of community service. That was one thing I love Notre Dame, that they prided themselves on making sure that they were in the community, making sure they made a difference from the platform they had where a lot of kids and families are looking up to Notre Dame as a prestigious university. So for them making presence in their community around South Bend was huge for me. That was a lot of things that I was able to grow into being outside of football, and something I really truly enjoy making others happy and seeing what it did for them when I did. So, I mean, that was something I really loved about Notre Dame, that they was able to get us in the community, and it just built us as young men. I think they cared more about what we did after we left there than the things we did there. And I think that was really important because it's just a small 4 years of your life. So not preparing during that time really sets you back. So I was super happy that Notre Dame prided themselves on being in the community, building young men that can be the future and do things the right way. So that's something that I really love Notre Dame for priding themselves on.
So what do you think it is that helped you go to that next level once you're at Notre Dame? It's just super talented with some people that are around you, because a lot of people have a lot of talent and get to the collegiate level that don't make that next step. So what do you think it is that helped propel you into the league?
Just building a foundation, being able to go to college and, being on my own now, and of course having the resources, it kind of gave me an opportunity to build my foundation, things that I really truly care about, my priorities. And I think once that started at Notre Dame, it gave me the advantage to continue to build off of that. And I think that had I not created a foundation, it wouldn't have given me an opportunity. But I continue each and every year to get better on and off the field.
Mm-hmm.
And I have my coaches there and my academic advisors telling me things that they wanted to see me improve on, gave me challenges for me to be able to accept and say I'm going to get better. And I think that was the biggest thing for me. It was a growing process. Each and every year it was things that I wanted to truly grow and on and off the field. And I think having that discipline and that foundation is what really helped me.
Right, discipline is so important. So after Notre Dame, what was next?
So after Notre Dame, I started training for the NFL, and I went out to Arizona to Etzo's. It was a really good facility out there, and got a chance to just continue to grow. Met a lot of new guys, and my agent lived out there. So at the time, I was just kind of training and working hard, and still in the wild moment of that. I even in this opportunity where I'm getting to meet NFL owners and NFL coaches that I've seen my whole life. So that was a process for me that was just unbelievable even to this day. But I was truly grateful that I was able to take it serious and have the opportunity to be at a professional level. And now I'm just continuing to work hard. I mean, it's each and every day is finding a way to get better. Each and every year finding a way to get better. And that's kind of where I am now in my process of being better than I was year one from year two on and off the field.
So what's it like being an Oakland Raider?
I mean, it's awesome. It almost relates to a little bit of Notre Dame as far as that passion, that love for the game, for the players, the coaches. It almost gives me that similarity. So I think it was kind of meant for me to go from that transition from Notre Dame to the Raiders, where they have the same culture of, loving your family, loving your teammates, brotherhood, loving your coaches, just understanding that this is a process and that you won't change overnight, but embracing the people that's around you and coming together was huge at Notre Dame. That's something that the Raiders also pride themselves on, that I love, that, everyone loves each other. Everyone is kind of tight and they want to be the best. And I think when you have a group of guys and a coaching staff like that who just want the best for each other, you can't go wrong with that.
There's a lot of excitement right now surrounding moving to Las Vegas. You want to touch on that?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a great opportunity for the Raiders to be in a new market. Great coaching staff who's fairly new. So for them, it's an opportunity for them to go and grow as a coaching staff. It's an opportunity for the guys to be able to go into a new scenery and just embrace it all. I think it's a great opportunity for us all to go there and be on a different platform, but also be able to succeed and be able to enter the community there in Las Vegas and being able to help them as well. That was one of the things that I looked into is, how can I get in the community with the Raiders in Las Vegas to continue to build the things that the Raiders also have done in Oakland with making change and being an impact in the community. So making the transition is just something I think that is good, and we're able to go into a new city where we can make a really good impact and continue to play good football.
Coach Gruden's obviously one of the best in the league. What if you would, just for people that are huge football fans, talk about like his coaching style?
Oh man, I love his coaching style. Like I said before, when you have a coach who loves his player, loves to win, you honestly can't ask for more. You got a coach who really cares about you, cares about your family, and cares about your mental health, making sure that each and every day you're coming in the building and you're ready to work, and that you're mentally in a good space to put your all into the playbook, the film, whatever it is at that time. And I think that's truly important to have a coach who cares about your mental well-being and understanding where you are and making sure that you're in a position to put your all when you're in the building, when you're off the field, whatever you're doing, to making sure that you're able to focus and put your all into that. So to have a coach who truly cares about you as a person, it gives you all the motivation in the world to want to win and win for the coach as well.
So what's some of the toughest experiences you faced up to this point?
Just expectations. I've always challenged myself to kind of be better. Every day I wake up, I want to find something to get better at. And, sometimes when you set expectations and they don't exactly fit at the moment, you kind of can be discouraged. And I think that was something in 2019 that I was able to experience where a lot of things that I thought was going to go my way, it didn't. But it was still a blessing in disguise where it still happened, just not the way I wanted it to. And I think that was a process for me to grow as well, where I was able to experience that, understand that it's all a process, and I have to continue to work each and every day to get to that point. And I think that was something that I needed at that time as a young man that is going to help me propel into my next career as a professional off the field doing things in the community, is understanding that it's time, it's patience, and just continue to work hard is how things kind of come together. And I think that was my biggest lesson of 2019.
What's some of your most favorite accomplishments to date?
I mean, to definitely have an opportunity to be playing in the NFL is a huge accomplishment. I mean, that's something that I've always wanted to do since about 5 years old. So to have the opportunity now and currently playing is awesome. I mean, I don't take it for granted, not one day, which is why I get up and making sure that I continue to work hard so I have the opportunity to stay there. But, it's a lot of bigger dreams as well. Now that my nonprofit is starting and those dreams are starting to come true as well, it's kind of surreal. One of my biggest things that I'm really pushing for is for my nonprofit to continue to grow and continue to make a big impact. And that's something I'm really pushing for. And I think that if I continue to see that prosper, it just gives me more motivation to keep going harder and all the other things I'm doing as well.
Love to talk more about your nonprofit.
Yeah, I mean, creating opportunity for kids is huge. I mean, a lot of kids in my 4 years in college have reached out to me and wanted to know how it is being at Notre Dame. How do you get to a Division I college? What are the requirements to even be eligible to get to colleges or going to different high school camps? So I think it's a lot of knowledge and things that a lot of teens down here need to know and they want to know. And I think it's a great thing when you have kids who have dreams and have the passion that want to be great, because then it only takes for the mentors and for the opportunities to be there for them to get to where they want to be. So, just knowing there's a lot of kids down here that are really hungry for being successful and the dreams they want, it really motivates me to really continue my nonprofit. Sometimes get tough with me being myself and trying to push it and get everything together, but knowing that things are tough, it gives me that satisfaction that it's going to be all right and it's all going to work out, and it's for a greater good as well. So my nonprofit is something I've been working really hard on outside of football. I'm training a ton each and every day, is putting the rest of my time into making sure how can I get my nonprofit better so that I'm better for the kids. And that's kind of like my mindset and like almost a domino effect for me. Just continue to work hard so that I'll be better for them.
Well, it's great to give back. So for anyone watching this, they want to be we have a lot of athletes, entrepreneurs that watch and listen. What advice do you have for them if they want to become a professional athlete?
Adversity is going to come, and I've always told my friends and other people to face adversity and face to face and get through it. We all have goals, and we all have things that we want to accomplish, and knowing that adversity is going to come some part of that, and knowing that when it does come, you embrace it and you get over it. I think that's the true define or moment where you can kind of get to your success, is getting through those rough times where it challenges you. Do you really want it? And that's a lot of things I've expressed to my friends, is that going through challenges are only good because it just shows how much you want it. And when you get through it, it also feels a little bit better. So, anyone that's going through a tough time or trying to chase their dream is continue to work hard, knowing that if anything coming away, that you're going to continue to get through that as well. And I think just having that mindset gives you the foundation and the ability to fight through anything and kind of get to that point where you're at the level that you're at, and then it gives you the foundation to keep going to sustain what you've accomplished.
Right, Everest, that's a great one. I always tell people challenges are a good thing, because the more uncomfortable you are, the more you have to overcome, the more room for growth, the more room for success.
Exactly.
Great
well
stuff.
said.
Great stuff. So there's a lot of people that have gotten, you surround yourself with, coaches, family, mentors. Who's some people that really help shape who you are today?
My mom, my dad been huge. Outside of God and praying a ton, my mom and dad's been there every step of the way, and just seeing how they went about their business every morning. My dad, being an entrepreneur, my mom having a job at the courthouse where she went to work, and just seeing both of those lives where you have an entrepreneur life, you have someone who has a job consistently, just going every day. And I think just seeing the dedication in them, that no matter what they were doing, that they were going to try to be the best at it, gave me that motivation every morning going to school and seeing them going to work. That one day I got to have that same dedication, discipline. No matter what I'm doing, I think my parents helped me create a foundation. I was young on adversity and fighting through things and working really hard for what you want. I'm super grateful for that they were able to instill that in me, because I didn't have to experience it till 10 years later when I was 22 years old. Now all the adversity coming, I had to remember all the things when I was 10, 11, and 8 when my parents told me that when things get hard, to continue to work hard, because that's when what you want becomes more worth it. So I'm truly grateful for the foundation that was able to set at a young age, and I think that was the thing that helped me build on that, where I was able to get to the point now where I am. So
that's great that your parents empowered you at such a young age. It really is. People, you're obviously people look up to you now, and how's that feel for you?
It feels great. It feels like a responsibility as well, and in the sense of you want to give them what they need, and that's something. The way I feel is that now being a role model and being a mentor, that I have to present myself in a way where I'm giving the teens and whoever needs me what they need. I think that's more important than all my self-wants and the things that sometimes I feel like I want. I want to put them in charge almost, where my actions and the way I go about things is to present to them, like I said, like today I work out every day harder, because without me getting to the position I am, then I can't go back to be able to help them. So it almost motivates me. It's like a vice versa, where I almost have like them motivating me to continue to go harder so that I'm able to help them.
So what's some things that you're doing typically on a daily basis, almost to work harder and to prepare more and to be better?
So football-wise, doing a bunch of boxing, running track, my normal football workouts, Pilates and yoga, and that whole bunch of things, doing it different days, different times, is helping me kind of build my foundation for the season for football. And outside of that, being able to work with United Way, being able to work with Boys and Girls Club, other foundation who's done these types of things that I want to do for a really long time, and being able to shadow them and being able to gain knowledge for myself on how to do it the correct way. So besides after playing football, is kind of getting in the community, having events where I'm going out to middle schools, to high school, colleges, where I'm speaking to them and just enlightening them on the opportunities that are presented, and how we want to continue to build opportunities for them, and wanting them to kind of seek more help. So that's kind of where I am now, where I'm gaining more information and just learning in the process right now, so that I be better for them.
What advice do you have for someone who has a dream like you did and you've accomplished that dream? And what advice do you have for people that are going after their dreams?
Continue to work hard. I mean, a lot of people want others to support them, to make them want to keep going. And I always tell my friends that you have to continue to work hard. You got to find out why you're doing it. And when you find that out, you wake up every morning and you make that be the reason why you're doing it. You never get tired of it. And when you get to that point, you'll start to see the progress. You'll start to see you going towards that goal. So, I'll tell someone, never get tired of doing the right thing. Never get tired of doing what you know is right for you to get to your goal, because sometimes doing things over and over can get tiring. I'm a realist, and I understand the hardships and the things that people go through in life to try to get to their goals. So I tell someone, just continue to work hard through all that you're going through. Know that it's preparing you for what you want. If you don't go through those things, then you won't be prepared for what you want, and it won't be sustainable. So, yeah, my advice is continue to work hard and find that reason, find out why you're doing this, and let that be your motivation every morning to go after it.
That's some great advice. Some great advice. So, any last words? Any last words to the audience before we wrap up?
Yeah, continue to work hard. Trust in God, and know that all you want is right in front of you. Seek your opportunities. Seek your support around you. Create a foundation where you keeping yourself disciplined, keeping yourself on a schedule, where you're progressing, keeping track of the things you're doing, and just taking it serious. Understand that if this really what you want, that you have to live your life according to that, and making sure that everything you're doing is buying into your ultimate goal.
I love hearing build a solid foundation, work on your foundation in business, especially for entrepreneurs, to build a long-term sustainable business. That foundation is everything.
Absolutely.
And then loving the process, or learning to love the process is just so important. So thanks so much for having you on. I appreciate it. Look forward to the upcoming season, and looking forward to seeing what your foundation is doing in the community.
Yes, thank you. I'm excited. I can't wait.